So, I've seen articles and posts um, about how mental abuse is worse than physical abuse. With physical abuse, you can go to the hospital, get it fixed. Mental abuse lingers. Um, I don't believe that there is physical abuse without mental abuse. If this abuse is a one-time thing, um, maybe. The way I think of it, maybe a one-time thing is somebody lost their temper and and the parents apologized and stopped or got help for it. So I, I guess I think of abuse as prolonged because it wasn't an accident or it wasn't something where there was, I guess, a mistake and then it was taken care of. So I was hit in the head with hammers and the side of planes and wood for building, not with frying pans like in the cartoons. I was thrown, body slammed against the floor full force, into walls, into stairs or downstairs, and I'm still injured. I never got medical treatment. And they said it was because it was necessary to not be lazy and stupid like the Americans. They're Japanese immigrants. I'm of Japanese descent and a citizen of the United States. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. And they enjoyed getting away with it. So, if somebody is that narcissistic and lazy and if they don't catch me, it's okay, but has a different attitude towards everybody else. Don't do this, don't do that, that's wrong, that's morally wrong, you know, why can't you get right? But only for them. As long as I don't get caught, it's fine. That's that's mental abuse, you know, and abusing me with food, taking food away from me and giving me food. That's mental abuse. Telling me that they have to abuse me because they have to sell me to men when I begin at 12. They'll start at 12. That's mental abuse. I remember going into hotel rooms of middle-aged men when I was the summer between 3rd and 4th grade. They told me I was sexually abused in 5th grade. My virginity was auctioned, and I was sexually abused since I was 2. So the physical abuse started when I was 6. The sexual abuse, I remember I was 2 or 3. It could have began before, but it wasn't painful. It was not penetrative sexual abuse. But that's mental abuse too. But if you are preparing a child to be sold for sex, that's also mental abuse. But that's my situation. But if a child continues to get beaten or assaulted, there's mental abuse included. For it to continue, there has to be some kind of reasoning on the abuser's part and trying to convince them it's okay, and you know, for it to not be noticed by school teachers and school doctors and nurses, that's mental abuse. For it for to try to force the child to think normalcy, and also a lot of injured kids don't get seen. Or in my case, I wasn't. Because I didn't have any compound fractures, and they didn't break skin because they can't sell me. My mother would like say, "Hey, hey, don't, not that, because it'll show." So I don't really go on Quora or Reddit because I think it's a cesspool pool for the brain. But I would like to put out there that it should be rethought. The idea that physical abuse is just taken care of medically, and mental abuse is worse. I know people who have been mentally abused and not physically abused, and they're not injured now. I'm injured now. I'm lucky that I didn't turn into a narcissist. I think I'm not a narcissist. I'm the opposite. I have issues with boundaries. I've been screwed over so many times by people who I wanted to trust. But narcissism, I read and I've seen on YouTube, it comes from not getting attention as a child. I was focused on, I was the one who was going to feed my parents. I was going to be a lawyer. They wanted me to be a lawyer or a doctor by day and pimp me at night, or a doctor or a lawyer by day and marry into money, and they live with me. Because they didn't have green cards, they didn't have visas. They didn't want to. They got their green card after I moved out when I was 16. But they focused on me. Every move I made. I couldn't keep a journal or a diary because they'd read it. They would look into the room I shared with my sister because it was a very old building, and there was a hole between that room and the living room, and that was covered with cloth. But my father would make a hole. He also, and he also, no, you don't know. He used to tell me to change my clothes and force me to have him in the room if my mother wasn't around. Things like that. And I don't, it's to control me. So they focused on me. They didn't focus on themselves, how to better their lives. They focused on me. Finding something to complain about. Finding something to beat me up about. So I actually want to disappear. I still want to disappear. Yes, I had a 20-year career in the arts where it was performative, and I was seen a lot, but I wasn't the one who wanted to be center stage or to be the most conspicuous. I wanted to work hard and do what the director wanted, and if I authored a piece that I created, I wanted to make something that says what I want to say, but also not bore the viewer. I'm not in entertainment, so it wasn't. I wouldn't say it's entertainment, but I strove to make work that would entertain the viewer. So thank you for listening again. Please write in the comments what you think about mental abuse versus physical abuse, if one is worse than the other. And there are links for donations. They will be greatly appreciated. Thank you for listening. Bye.